when he cooks or do that, clean, and go, honey, thank you for washing the dish.
So many times you think that the touch can only happen during the sexual act and the union between that husband and wife. But the touch could be in the small thing, many boxes. But you never know what's inside until you do what?
Open it.
Open it. All right, and then hold up this, and you'll see that there are other boxes are inside. And men, we need to be
My love language is service. So when he cooks or do that, clean, and go, honey, thank you for washing the dish.
So many times you think that the touch can only happen during the sexual act and the union between that husband and wife. But the touch could be in the small thing, many boxes. But you never know what's inside until you do what?
Open it.
Open it. All right, and then hold up this, and you'll see that there are other boxes are inside. And men, we need to be romantic. Keep it real. Well, welcome to Keep It Real Live. We are so glad that you have joined us on our live program. I am Dr. Keith Roll, and we have in the house.
Hey! Sister Joy Oswekero. That's so romantic.
No, it's not romantic, y'all. Don't pay no attention to her. Can you imagine kissing and hugging and making love to your wife and she want to be called sister?
Well,
not TMI. That's all right, man. Don't you let your wives call you call her sister. But anyway, we are so glad you have joined us. We missed last month in August. We didn't have a live program, but hopefully throughout now and the end of the year, we will have a live program. We want to thank all of our YouTube viewers, all of our Facebook viewers. We want to even thank the AFTV. We're on every Sunday from 8:30 to 9 p.m., even on Roku as well as Hula. And so you can get those sticks from Walmart, and you can go anytime and see some of the past recording. And we have had a great lineup. But these programs are not possible without our sponsors. So we want to thank our sponsor. They help us. This person helps us every month also. He does all of the prep, and he does all of the attracting the various people in the nations. He's none other. When they put up his sign, we'll go ahead and we'll give our sponsor the credit. And that's Joel Robert, young man there. So women, if you're looking for a husband, he's available. Winning World Media, this is episode number 80. It's live. There is his YouTube. His email, his Facebook, as well as his telephone number. He does also summits, and he also does training in the area of media. And I tell you, these young people, they know this media.
And he has a group of people working with him.
And he has a group of people.
And that's what makes me happy. We create jobs.
Right.
We are
job
here talking
creation.
About the create jobs. They wonder what they're doing. And we encourage them to work together as a team, and that's helping. I like that.
And he'll come on at the end. We'll hear a word from our sponsor. We want him to say something and give you a word of encouragement. And then also, you may be interested in being a sponsor, and you'll see at the end. Well, today we're going to be talking about no one is for sale. We have the managing director as well as the program manager. Stella, you say the last name. I always butchered the Nigerian.
Chukwuma. It's so easy.
Okay.
Chukwuma.
Okay, Chukwuma.
Oh, good.
All right. And then we have put their pictures back up. We have Dana Pate. Dana is here from Houston, and Stella is originally from Nigeria, and they're going to have a walk for life at the end of the month. This is also Suicide Prevention Month, and we're going to talk about the sex trafficking industry. It's a $236,000 industry. That's a lot of money.
It's unbelievable.
And it's about exploitation and a lot of the industries such as hospitality, and they'll tell you more about it. But let's go ahead and see their bios, and we're going to jump right into the program. You will also have an opportunity to call in and ask Stella and also Dana questions. Like I said, Stella's the founder. She's the CEO of Rescue Us Incorporated. She's founder also Your Joy Renewed. She's a midwife. She gives birth, an RN, advocate and activist against the human sex trafficking. And she's co-author. She's written the book. I don't know if she brought it, but she'll tell you about that book. She's a wife and a mother. Dana, on the other hand, she has also some great skill sets and competencies. And she is the program director. Her bio should come up here momentarily. She's the program director. She's also been in administration, and she is a wife and the mother of 2 children, one in the 5th grade, and I think she has a baby, a boy about 2 years old. Well, welcome to Keep It Real TV. We are so glad that you are here. You have on new t-shirts, Rescue Us Mission, and so won't you just look into that camera and give a big shout out to all of our viewers. We should find out momentarily who all are viewing from the various nations while you're talking. So go ahead and greet us.
Hello, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have us here. We are very grateful. We don't want to take it for granted, so we are honored. Thank you. We're just excited to be here to discuss with you about what is happening in Rescue Us.
All right, Dana.
Thank you so much for having us. We're excited to spread the word about our mission and all of the things that we want to accomplish with your help.
Okay, so Stella, this Rescue Us was something that you birthed, something that you have a passion for. And we'll look at your branding here. If you can put up her branding, because this is what we're going to talk about. There are 4 where we talk about. They are not moving quick enough, so I have it here on my phone. Okay, no, that is the, that's not the 4 that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, the problem, the passion, the program, and the practice. So tell us what led you to start this very important nonprofit organization to rescue these women, and some of them probably when you got started were young girls.
Well, I started it to bridge the gap. You know, so many of these women in the community and on the street, they go into the home. As why they go into the home? After their stabilization, and that's it, and they are asked to go or something like that. But we bridging the gap is to help them find a place that they can stay instead of them going back to the trafficker. So we're able to help them to find a place so that they will not go back again to their trafficker.
What year did you start Rescue Us?
2017.
2017, so 7 years ago.
Yes.
You started this, and you started all by yourself.
Yes.
Nobody to help you.
No, except God.
Except God. God is your helper,
Yes.
a very present help in the time of trouble. And
Correct.
so did you encounter any women that were out there being exploited? So just give us a little history.
Yeah, so when the Lord called me into this after I have been to the tour with Elijah Rising, and then when I came back, I could not rest because there was a great burden on me to do something. I needed to get involved more with rescuers, or to do something. And I keep going from one place, volunteer different places, until one night, as I was sleeping, I had a dream. And in that dream, I saw myself helping different people. I see people calling me, rescue me. The other people say, rescue us, you know. And I was just pulling people, say, go this way, come with me, this one, go here, go there. I woke up, I was so exhausted. I said, my goodness, rescue us. So when that happened, it became a burden to me, as I'm like, why am I having this type of dream? I heard so clearly the Lord say, help me rescue them. My God, how do I do? Now, I am okay with my nursing job, so it's not like I don't have a job. But now I've never been this road before.
Distressed?
Yeah, and
okay.
So I was so distressed, like, how am I going to do this? I tried to reach out to different people. It looks like it's not their problem. So I have to look for a place. I said, okay, if I'm going to rescue them and have them into a place, then I got a place, townhouse, about 2-bedroom. I said, well, maybe I can start with 2 people at a time, you know. Oh, God. And I said that. I didn't even ask, how are they going to pay the rent? How are they going to feed? I have no clue. But I see God each day, how he was helping me, help me with volunteers, help me every day. And encountering these women, because I don't know which one is stable, which one is not stable. So anyone they call me, oh, I have some, I say, bring them. So we're just accepting those that are stable and the ones that are not stable. But with time, we begin to understand the differences between transitional, emergency shelter. We begin to understand it.
So it was more like a triage.
Yes.
And you being a nurse, Joy, you know about the triage. So
Yes.
kind of explain that. And I would imagine that this is what you all had to do.
Yes.
Because there were some that may have been in critical situations and needed immediate attention. And many of them probably came to you with suicidal ideologies. And this is Suicide Prevention Month here in September. And so how does the triage work in nursing?
Okay, the triage is like, when you come to emergency room, they will assess what is important. Somebody that comes with a leg pain, severe leg pain, it may be critical, but it's not when it causes her chest pain, because that's emergency. So that's how we just say this is important, this is not important. Not that it's not important, but this is life-threatening. But my question is that some people still don't understand what it means by self-trafficking.
Okay.
Because in some of the countries that may be listening to them may be going through it, they don't understand it. So I would really like them to explain it, because they may be hiding. They don't know what is self-trafficking, because to them it's a normal life. The government is not helping them. The government don't care. So those are the ones that I'm really burdened. Here we have resources. So that's why I like them to say, what is it for them to know? Because many nations may be calling, what is it that for them to know they're in trouble?
Well, right now we have 1.1 thousand people watching at the moment. Thank Winning World for getting us these stats. We have Brazil, welcome. They've been a regular. We have the United States, we have Nigeria, South Africa, and England. And before the night is over, I am sure that there will be other nations, and you can, there on Winning World, just pin in your questions that you have for Stella or Dana, and they will be sure to answer. And you're asking here, we have resources in the United States, and we'll talk about some of the resources and what all you do in depth. But that's a good question. Do you all have also partnering organizations in other nations? And have they contacted you, or how can you be a source of encouragement and help to maybe get something like this started in other nations where this problem is so prevalent?
So when we talk about human trafficking, we talk about sex exploitation, and then we have labor trafficking. So when we talk about sex exploitation, it could be somebody in a different land, and someone will say, come, I will give you education, or I will bring you to this country. And now when you come, they can take away your documents and tell you, you have to go to this hotel, you will be doing this and doing that. You will sleep with as many as 15 men a day.
Wow.
And then with that, now you will be able to offset whatever transportation that was used to bring you. And it could be the money they said, okay, we're using this money to bring you in here. It could be that. That's from a different country. It could be that somebody said, okay, you know what, come from a different country. I have children that you will be taking care of. When you're taking care of those children, I'll be paying you. And as soon as they come here, they are not paying them. So that's labor trafficking.
Okay.
Yes.
When you don't pay, that's labor trafficking. Because you allow them to, you use them and not pay them. The sex trafficking, you use them, and this is the amount of people you're going to sleep with, and after you finish that, the man will collect the money or the woman will collect the money without you being paid. And every day you're going to do this, 15 people every day. Whether you're sick, whether sometimes they can make you not to even, they won't even give you water to drink if you refuse.
So it's like slavery then.
It's like slavery.
It is slavery. It's slavery.
Modern day slavery.
More than 21st century slavery.
That's correct.
Work as well as sex.
That's it.
And what are the age group, Dana, that you find that come to Rescue Us? What's the
Rescue Us only accepts adult women. So we do. There are other agencies that, unfortunately, are needed to help children, but Rescue Us only has the ability to help.
so 18 and older?
18
and older.
Yes.
And so you, the program manager, tell us how you got connected with Stella and what's your job, your role there at Rescue Us, working with these adults from, I guess, education and also job training, dress for success. And then once they graduate from the program, they need to also be self-supporting. So let's talk a little bit about that. And then we already have some questions that have come in from England, and we'll throw these out and one of you can answer it. But before you do this, let me ask another question. We see the hub is, Houston is big, Texas, California, and Florida. Now, are most of these women coming from Mexico and the Central America nations, or could it also be from African nations or Asian nations, etc.? You want to answer that?
There are trafficked women coming from all over the globe.
Yeah. It could be, we have had someone right here in Richmond. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So they can be taken from the surrounding communities here in Houston, but do you find that the majority of them are coming from the Central America? How do they come into this? When they say that this is the largest hub, Houston, so you're telling me that they're not being imported in, they're already here in the nation, or in the state.
Yes.
Okay, wow. So how did you get connected, and what is your job as the program manager?
I was connected with Stella by my aunt, who has volunteered with Stella for a number of years. She told me that Stella needed somebody on her team that would help out to run things, keep things organized, running smoothly. I came on board in January and
Of this year?
Of this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, welcome aboard.
We have a small business, and when you're in a small business, you do a little bit of anything and everything, whatever that needs to get done. I have a background in graphic design, so I design brochures if they're needed. I write
Curriculum?
curriculum.
Okay.
If something in the house needs to be fixed, you know, I fix it.
All right, so on your job description and all jobs aside.
Absolutely.
So is this job what's the most rewarding and also enjoyable aspects of working with these women?
I really enjoy knowing that I am making a positive impact on these women's lives, and being able to give back to my community is what I enjoy most.
Well, I'm so happy you are saying this, because some of us that come from African nations like Nigeria, they think that this is a wonderful place. And somebody would tell them, because I went to, believe me, I had this mental trouble when we went to Italy. I could not believe when they took us there. I saw people speaking our language. So what are they doing here? They just dumped them there. They promised them heaven and earth. That's why I was asking the question. And they just came, some of them died. I said, what are you doing there? They said, oh, they wanted us to come here to give us education, and they treated them, using them, just throw them away. And they can go there and pick them up.
So you're saying that when you went to Italy back in 2018, you saw a form of this also?
Africans and USA. So they will promise you heaven, bring your ticket, and then they used you and throw it away. And we said, what are you doing this to? So that's why I wanted people to know that even though we are here, when somebody promises you that you are coming, be sure of what you are doing. So that's what they're saying. So they don't take the small one, but even the young ones, they will say, auntie, somebody just promised me. That may be a red flag. I say, if you're coming, don't come on your own. That's why many of them come in here for daycare or for something. They don't know they're trapped. And
so you're saying that they take their papers, their documents, and so this is why they may be branded as being an illegal immigrant here in the United States or Texas.
So let me tell you something. There's two other ladies that we had in our house. They don't know how to speak English. No English, only translation. So I'm saying that
Spanish or
no English. They're from Africa.
Okay.
Different country in Africa. Now you can imagine when they come. This is an English speaking country, and these people come. They can't find a job because they don't speak English. Because for you to have a job, you have to be able to write, to fill out the application, right? So the only thing you can have them do is nanny job. And the nanny now they are doing, they will do the nanny. They will work. It's like they are working 24/7. When the woman is going to work, she is going to be taking care of maybe the little one in the house. When the bigger ones that are in school comes back, she's going to start taking care of those ones. And then when everybody is sleeping, she's going to try and clean up the house. So it's like almost 24/7. At the end of it, nothing is given to her. No money is given to her. All right? They do not give money, and they do not give break. No days off. She's working 24/7. That's a human being. You that works in different shifts, when you work on those shifts, you get off. You get days off.
And a break. They're given a break.
They give you a break. Right. But these ones, they don't have break.
Wow.
They make them work 24/7. And as they do the 24/7, they are not giving them break. And sometimes they don't even eat well.
Let me ask you this. So they are really abused. That's abuse. Now, are there local authorities and other agencies that you report this to, or do they send them to you? And also then Dana can answer, how long is the program, and what are some of the things that you do to now help them gain their self-esteem as well as become proficient in having some type of skills sets or competency. And then many people have a dream. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and no one should have a price tag placed on them.
So like the ones that came to us, they were able to go back to school. We were able to get different tutors for them that were teaching them how to read. So we had this group of women that volunteered. Some of them are teaching them how to read. Some are teaching them how to write. Some are teaching them how to speak. So by the time these women are doing this, they have another school they are going. to learn all this, how to read and all that. And then by the time they were done with us, they left us, they already started picking up English. They were already speaking English. They can relate to you. They can talk to you the way you understand it. You know, they were able to start writing things. You know, so those are things we're looking forward to when we have those kind of people that they are able to, by the time they leave us, they are able to have that confidence in speaking.
We have several questions coming in through the chat. Is rescue missions or rescue us only operative in the United States? And is there a way to be involved in what it represents here in Brazil? That's a viewer from Brazil that are looking at us right now. And so have you thought about becoming global? And then do you network with some people there? And so she sounds like she wants to get involved because this could be a passion that she has.
Yes, so we have talked to the board member, our board. We have discussed about it. We want to move into international, like global.
Okay.
We do have organization we are working with in Nigeria. So for Brazil, we don't mind because we are already spreading out. So if you want to, we can reach out to you. We can also connect with you because we like networking. For us to be able to expand, it requires networking, it requires partnership because we can't do it on our own. So we like to partner with so many organizations and individuals that want to partner with
Okay,
us.
what will be the type of organizations that will be certified to do something like this? An individual, can they start it on their own?
Yes, like if you want to do this, like adult, we deal with adult. Adult does not require licensing, but they require accreditation. So whatever you're doing, you know that this is the right thing to do. So being accredited is very important. But individual can start it. Then it's like you having a non-profit, and if that's where God is calling you, then you can start from there. But depending, because when you're working with human trafficking, it's different ways. You have emergency shelter, you have a drop-in center, you have you have transitional living, you have long-term facilities, so it's different. So you have to decide which one you are able to do. And
these agencies may already be there in these countries, correct? And then this person just need to go and find out where they are, and then they can volunteer their services and work with it for a while, and then they can do like you did, also incorporate, there's called an LTD in a lot of the international nations. It's called a nonprofit here, a 501c3, and so they can do this. So actually, I suggest what you do is you go there and try to find out if there is, like what Stella was saying, there are different categories, transitional living, and then the actual sex trafficking. There may be organizations there that's already involved. Here's a young man now that's asking a question from South Africa. He says he is so enlightened in this broadcast and program tonight. I didn't know sex and labor trafficking is still present in our world today. And also, is it only females? This come from Nigeria. Are men and boys caught up in this also? And but you only work with females.
I work with female adults.
And what's the demographics and the stats of young boys and men that's caught up in this exploitation?
So the boys, we have the boys, we have the men, but the percentage is less than the female. The female, and it's all over. It's everywhere. It's not only Nigeria. It's not only America. It's everywhere. Just the same way you have the women, the same way you have the men.
So here in Houston, do you associate with any organization that maybe have men that have been exploited, and they're also their bodies are used for sex with other men.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we have like some of the coalitions that we have. We have had some men that were trafficked, you know, and they were able to become survivor lead. You know, they came out of it. They have lived their life, and now they are no longer there. We've seen some men that become now an advocate to
An advocate.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have seen them.
Oh, Dana, how long is the program, and what's the regimen? What all do they have to go through? How do you help them get a job? And then what's the graduation point, and what is the success rate where they now become productive citizens and they don't fall back in this downward spiral and go back to wallowing in the mire?
Our program is a long-term program. We are able to have women stay with us for up to 2 years. In the beginning, we assess them, we figure out what exactly their needs are. What do they need to start getting their life back on track? If they need therapy or counseling, we have local resources that we can have them meet with. We have medical care, dental care locally, and to help them just take care of their whole person.
Mm-hmm.
We have daily devotionals with the women, and as we go along, we find other things that they may need. Stella mentioned earlier the 2 ladies that lived with us from Africa. They needed English classes to be successful.
Do you have
this
people
country.
there at Rescue Us, or you have to go out and
We
get?
go out into the community and find other local nonprofits to assist our survivors with what they need to be successful in life. As they go on, after they have stabilized, after they've become mentally and physically healthy, we start working with them on job training and looking for employment. And after they have worked for a while, then we hope to set them up with an apartment that they can move into. And once they have all of that in place, then they are able to graduate and move into a place of their own.
Okay, now how do you do the placement, and how much funds are needed? I know that people make donations to you, and do you take those donations to give them a place to get started, and then are they responsible after, say, so many months? Because if they have been in your organization, in your shelters, or wherever you all house them, and so it's just like, do they also go through like a 12-step program? Like if someone had a drug problem or an alcoholic problem, do they go through this? And then how are churches involved, and how are other organizations involved that's partnering with you to make sure that they don't fall through the crack?
We do try to set them up with housing that's more of like a subsidized housing that would be affordable for them, with an entry-level job or whatever is most beneficial to them for the long term as they get reestablished. We do have several local churches that also work with us. Their members donate their time, their services, in helping out our residents. Also, financial donations are also very important to our nonprofit to provide housing and care for our residents.
Joy, you have anything you would like to add? And we got a few more questions that have come in from Nigeria as well as from England, and we'll ask this here.
For anyone that has a non-profit organization, the power is collaboration.
Collaboration.
Because for us, that do a lot of things here, you have to find somebody trustworthy. It's very big burden. It's like an elephant. But I always tell people, elephant may be big, you start eating it from one place, cutting it. So don't worry about the size. What can I do? So my question is, then, what is in there for me? Because that's how people are, why am I going to do this? What do I get from it? So what is that question? It's satisfaction. It's joy. Sometimes it's not about you. I have another that said, if I have not helped somebody, say, without you, I have make it. That's fine. People always want to say, what is there for me? It's not about, they think we are picking up money. We are not. That's what she's trying to tell you. You collaborate, you can volunteer, you can pray, you can give out what you have. It's very difficult if you are so minded, so it's hard to be me. Just
And
think how can you help somebody
here's a
else.
question from England, and so she is also asking what you were saying. This is Tricia. She says, how do I find my God-given dream and passion to maybe do some type of humanitarian work or to work in an area like what you're doing? You talked about how you went someplace, you came back, you could not sleep. And oftentimes we don't realize this. We're always looking for somebody else to fix the problem. But oftentimes if it becomes a burden to you, and if you have this passion, God is calling you to just don't sit there and to do something. So how can she find her dream? She's not specific. This is, very abstract, but apparently she wants to do something in the realm of humanitarianism.
Yeah.
Either one of you.
Yeah. So, to volunteer in different organizations is very important. As you want to do humanitarian work, you have to, look at different organizations and find out what is it that they are, where the area of volunteer, the whole area you can volunteer and be committed, volunteer and give back, like adding value to that whichever organization that you picked to work with, you decide to work with. It's very important. It's not like you pick up an organization and say, okay, I'm going to volunteer. The time they call you, you are not going to be there. So when you volunteer to do something, you know that you are giving back to humanity. So you are able to be committed, and you're able to give your time, give it could be your money, it could be it's a sacrifice. And the more you give, the more satisfied you become. It's like you have done something. You have, given to God, not to man.
Follow your heart.
Here's a question. How do these women that have been through what they have gone through, the sex trafficking, the work, and other exploitation, bounce back? And they may have lost their esteem. And so Divine from Nigeria want to know, how do they take back their lives? And how do they take back their esteem? You said at the beginning that many of them that come to you, they're depressed.
Yeah, and they don't trust you.
And they don't and trust is a big factor.
It's a big factor.
So answer this question, how do they bounce back?
So in bouncing back, remember, they have been humiliated. They have been labeled different things. So when you bring them, when they come to us, they start counseling. We do counseling. We have them go through therapy, because they have been traumatized.
Yes.
And then you have to help them to start from there. And as they do that, then they start building that relationship and start building that trust. It takes them time to trust you, because if they're able to trust you, they can tell you things. They can open up to you. Have a one-on-one session, have group session, have the briefing. At the end of the day, find out, how was your day? how did it go? What did you gain? And you begin to do that, and then you begin to give them their voice back. That they
Their
can
power
take,
voice.
Yeah,
They can
you know,
take back your power
They
voice.
can take that back. You know, all those things is so important to them, because if you don't want to engage them, you're like, oh, they are dead, I'm not going to do that. Then they can't get their
Trust,
they won't be,
trust takes time.
Yeah, it does.
So you talked about the problem, the passion, and the program, and then the practice is actually now collaborating with others.
Yeah.
And then you also do something in the that all of the communities can get involved here with this Walk for Life. And we can put that picture up. But if you like to call in, you can dial +1-713-485-5771. So the first picture on September 28th, you're going to have a walkathon. 2 years ago, Joy and I participated. I couldn't do it last year, and I won't be able to do it again this year because I won't be in Houston. But anyway, the pictures walk. It's a group picture, and I think you had close to 100 people.
Yes.
The engineer, we're waiting for them to put up that picture. Time is of essence. But anyway, God is, there it is. They can walk for 3K or 5K. No one is for sale. Dana, talk about this. And we had men out there participating, etc. And I guess this is some of your work. This falls under your purview.
Yes, I am excited to be helping out with the walkathon this year. We hope we have a bigger turnout than we did last year. But lots of people from the community are coming out, walking with us. We have sponsors that are helping out as well to keep this growing and supporting more and more women. We're doing the walkathon at a local park in Sugar Land, and hopefully the weather cooperates with us that day.
So if you had some inclement weather, put up the next pictures. We'll show the pictures so you can get back showing us here in the studio, please. Just put up the next. Okay, there. Some people. I think when I was there, you had me open up in prayer. You had refreshments, and there we saw no one is for sale. You give out a T-shirt. The next picture. And there are some people that do a 3K or 5K. There were some people running. There were some people walking right there at Memorial Park. It's going to be their game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. And there it is. And so that's the end of the pictures. And so put up the picture with the QR code that has the information. And you can give as little as $5, $10, $20. After that picture go up, then we will tell them, there it is, the QR code. Join us for a powerful walkathon and to be a beacon of hope for victims in this dreaded ill in our society. And it's going to be from 8 to 12 p.m. at Sugar Land Memorial Park. So how can they give?
Also, with the QR codes, they can go to the website and donate. So at this point, it doesn't matter what you are able to give, whatever you can give. We don't want to say give so much or give anything. As much as, just like you said it, even little as $5, you know.
So somebody watching this program right now, they want to give to this cause on the 28th.
Yeah.
So put up their social media contact with their email and their phone number. They can call you and therefore rescue us on Facebook. You're on Twitter, you're on LinkedIn, and then I thought we had a website. What's the website?
It's rescueusmission.org.
Okay, rescue mission.
Rescueusmission.org.
All right, so won't you go ahead and send them, go on their website, the QR2S code is there, and then they can also give, because giving a little is better than giving nothing at all. And since we're on that, Joy, won't you hand this to them? We want to give them a sponsorship.
All right.
And so you can use that to help with this. We're big humanitarians. Go ahead and pass it to them, please.
Oh.
Don't keep it. You love to keep it. Joy loves money. Okay.
Thank you. We are very grateful.
Okay. Now, there's a phone call coming in. Okay. All right. We have a call from Nigeria.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. This is our sponsor.
Robert.
Yes, Joel, go ahead.
Watson from Nigeria. I want to say a very big thank you for organizing such a session as this. I was so blessed listening to Miss Stella, Chukwuma, and also Dana. It was such an outstanding session. And I want to encourage for the continuous streaming of this Keep It Real session. Because one of the problems that we're having in the church is that we talk so much about God and heaven that we don't really talk about the present problems that are being faced in our world today. And that's what Keep It Real does. It goes right in the
heart
of our heart.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening in our world today. And this session is so amazing. Currently, we have 1,100 viewers from over 7 countries of the world.
Oh my goodness.
And I want to thank you so much for this podcast.
Okay, you are a sponsor, Joel, for this month during our Suicide Prevention Month. And so tell us what you do and some of the programs you have and how people can help you. So many times you have to take in donations to help keep it real on your end. We thank you for the young people that volunteer their time. We give you a big hand clap, and they come in and they work from starting in the morning. It's there after 1 o'clock at night, and they're still there manning certain things.
Yes.
So give us talk about Winning World and your needs, and then encourage other businesses and other persons to be a sponsor to help Winning World as well, to keep our live program, because it is a big cost. All right, take about 3 minutes, please.
Exactly that. Presently, we have viewing centers, especially here in Nigeria. We have a center that are viewing this broadcast live right now. Yeah, and then the only reason why we are doing this is because we've seen the impact. We've seen lives change as a result of KEEPITREAL, and that's why we decided to take a step further to be part of it. So we're not just watching, we're not just participating and getting blessed. We take a step further to sponsor. You know, there's a saying that God makes happen for you what you make happen for other people.
Yes.
So I am encouraging as many that are doing this session right now, and you know, we've seen the test. We've seen your questions, we've seen how blessed you are, but we want you to take a step further, not just to participate and be blessed. We want you to take a step further to say, you're going to make the next session possible, okay? So we're going to be sponsoring this event so that it can be continuous, and together we can.
How can people give to Winning World?
Winning World Media, and we do a lot of things ranging from virtual assistance to everything about media, video coverage, production of videos, flyers, and everything concerning regarding media and streaming.
Okay, Mama Joy has a question.
Joy, I really want to appreciate you, because you say you don't know who is watching you. A young man, I'm going to connect you with, he called me and said, you don't know me. I said, no, I don't know. He said, you came to our village. You help our father, you help my mother. I was like, he's kidding. So I sent somebody to go ask the father. He said, yes. So now he's in Qatar doing most of our work. So this is what I'm trying to do. Thank you. Because you don't know who is watching you. Stop. If I was mean, but this is, so I don't know. I'm going to connect both of you so that you can make a lot of things and build up, the collaboration. You know how I met you, how I met your mother. So that's why I'm telling you, that mindset. It's not about you. Forget this church and speaking in tongue things. We have to make a difference. I've told you that.
And James 1:27 says, true religion is this. We can have heaven here on earth and that is to care for the widows, the orphans, and the poor, and the people that are exploited. Now, you lost your father at 5, and Reverend Osweki took you in, and that's what the scripture says. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. Give us a contact number of how they can give to you, and then we'll put up our information at the end if somebody wants to be a sponsor. And every month, once Sunday night out of the month, we bring live guests on, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart of all that you do to make our live broadcast possible, to have these call centers. We don't have no one on from Australia or Fiji, so give us your contact information, and then we'll turn it back over to Stella and Dana. Give us a 1-8800 number. That's a national hotline. And those of you that are watching and you're asking, you may not have this in your nation, you can dial this 1-8800 number, and they can also help you. He'll call back. All right, you have a gift you want to give to us?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. We brought you a matching T-shirt for your support. We thank you so much for having us on and allowing us to spread the message about our organization.
Joy, you can take that one.
Thank you.
We had Stella on our You Lead to Success, and she'll be on tomorrow on the Wilkins Radio. You can go to www.wilkinsradio.com at 12:30 Central Standard Time on the Christian radio station, and then in Richmond, Virginia area on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're talking about No One Is for Sale. Nelson Mandela said this: to be free is not merely to cast off one chain, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. And I'm so glad that Rescue Us is out there doing this. And Jesus, when he started his public ministry, like Joel was saying, is that he went into the synagogue and said that the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, as well as to give sight to the blind, set captives free, like these women, boys, young girls, and men that's caught up in this exploitation. And so the 800 number is the national hotline is 1-888-373-7888. If someone were to call this hotline, what will they get from this hotline? And someone, if you know someone that's in destitute and dire straits, you can call this 1-800 number, and can they call your number here in Texas also, that you can offer counsel and salient advice to them?
Yes, they can call us 832-646-4232. We advise you, when you have situation, don't take laws into your hands. And that's why we're giving you these numbers. If you have some situation, dial the number, and they will tell you what you're supposed to do. Just give them the information. Because some of these traffickers, they are very dangerous. Because that's that's what they depend on. It's a lot of money in the industry, using human beings to make that money.
$236 billion, not million dollars, industry.
So please, don't take laws into your hand and think you can fight them. Don't do that. Call the number we are giving to you, and we will give you direction, we'll give you advice on things to do. Because they can kill, they can do anything, because that is their job.
Okay, your number again, +1. You got to do the +1 if you're calling on WhatsApp or out of the country. And your number?
+1 832-646-4232.
Okay, and the national hotline is 1-888-373-7881.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I just want to make, especially people that are watching from different countries, forget this church thing. Some of these abuses have come from the church. I'm not saying, I'm a member of the church, I believe in God. Please, if your pastor is telling you to come back and sleep with him, Because there is a mindset, they brainwash you. So young adults, I know you are listening to me. So I will never be critical of any pastor. Be careful. We had a recent case where somebody was molesting a 12-year-old child and keep talking about he seducing. A pastor with 100,000 people. I can't tell people, keep playing church until God finds you out. So whether it's your pastor, whether it's your anybody, if you are not uncomfortable, say something, do something. Because they can be speaking in tongues and be raping you. Let us be careful. I'm speaking to somebody, I don't know why it came to me. Be careful, because some of you have contacted me, privately, and I say wrong. We had a case we are dealing now with a man abusing his own children. I may not be able to help you, but sometimes God will get them. But don't wait for God. Call the authority.
Amen. And where you see wrong or inequity or injustice, speak out. Because this is your country. This is your duty as a citizen, no matter where you are. Nigeria, England, South Africa, Fiji, South Africa, South America, England, Europe, you name it. This is your democracy. Make it protect others and yourself and pass it on. And this is from the first African American Chief Justice that sat on the Supreme Court, the late Thurgood Marshall. And here's some RX for safety and support and survival. And you heard Stella and Dana talk about a lot of these women and a lot of these people that's caught up in this sex abuse and exploitation. They're traumatized. They're depressed. They have suicidal ideologies and tendencies. And then you need to know where to get help. We have in your city, in your country, here in the United States, it's a national hotline you can call. Know where to get help. And watch for warning signs. These your people, they give off warning signs. They're literally crying out for help. And just like that 12-year-old that came to you, they were crying for help. And if you see bruises on children, know that was not just a fall. And their thoughts, their feelings, or their behavior. And many of them are in isolation. Use your scoping skills. Also, it takes self-awareness, self-help to overcome problems and obstacles. Reach out to social support. Reach out to Rescue Us. Talk to trusted family members and also friends and professionals. See, the church feels like if somebody goes for counseling, there's something wrong with them. But you need to go for counseling. Some of them in the church need to go for counseling. Seek professional help for support. Also, local emergency. As a chaplain and as a preacher, I have confidentiality. But if someone comes to me and tells me that they're being sexually abused, I have to report that. All right? So we want to thank you for being a guest on our show today. Let's put up Joel's sponsorship. He didn't come back on. He may have a problem. We want people to be able to give to Winning World, and then we want to put up Stella contact information. There it is, Winning World Media, creating virtual dominance. Go to winningworldmedia@gmail.com. Go to his Facebook, Winning World. His number is there, +348 10-667-5652. Call him, collaborate with him, network with him, and also connect with him.
Raise an army of young people. Let's go.
He's 27 years old. Look at my good-looking son. He's looking for a wife, and we want to bring him to America. All right, let's put up Stella, Rescue Us. All right, and then Keep It Real. Go ahead, put up Stella's information again. All right, Rescue Us on Facebook, and then also Rescue Us Mission, Rescue Us LinkedIn, as well as on that's Instagram. And then give us your website.
Rescue Us Mission at rescueusmission.org.
Rescueusmission.org. All right, keep it real. If somebody wants to be a sponsor, every month we advertise your brand, also your services and your products. Keep It Real, TV 49, live once a month. Call me at 697-9473, and then send us email at keepitrealtv49@gmail.com. All right, we want to let you give a closing word of encouragement to someone out there that may be caught up in this vicious cycle. Give us a 1-minute message, both of you. Joy, give us a 1-minute message, and then we'll close.
I beg you, do not be silent. If you are being if you are in trouble, if you are being held hostage, look for help. Don't stay a place where you are being trapped and not being able to get freedom. Look for someone to help you. Anyone that comes in there, talk to somebody. Don't allow them to intimidate you to the extent that you can't say something. Nothing will happen to you if you go to the police. The police will help you. Somebody will help you. Somebody will help you. Do not be silent.
All right, thank you. Dana, look at that camera and give a word of encouragement to some woman that's coming out of the program, or someone that listening to this and they know someone and they need help.
Look out for your friends. Look out for women, children. If you see something, help them out. Find help for them.
Okay, Joy, 1 minute.
We come from a country or a background when young people want to say something, shut up, don't say anything. And the Bible says whatever you sow, you will reap. So please pay attention and stop saying shut up. Pay attention. One of the cases we are dealing with, they said shut up, but she came out behind. Let us listen to our children. Let us listen to them. Listen to the younger adults. Listen to yourself. Be your fence keeper. Watch out. I tell my children, oh no, watch out. And they are, they will put that shield. Let's not expose them.
Well, this has been so educational, so inspiring, so challenging, and I believe that you will have network, and then also you can join us if you're local here in Houston for the Walk for a Cause from 8 to 12 Memorial Park here. Email them, give a sponsorship, a little money, giving a little is better than giving nothing at all, and then you can also give 500, 1,000, 10,000, but you all are doing a great work. Don't come down from the wall. Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. And then the world needs Christians, leaders, and organizations like Rescue Us to influence the culture for Christ. Change comes from reflection. Let's go out of our way to make the world better for someplace else. We've given you safety and support tips, 1-800 number. Bill Gates says, as we look into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. And you are empowering these women. And lastly, here's the key to success. You say, what's my dream? What's my passion? And what am I here to do? And what's my purpose in life? Find a need and fill it. Find a hurt and heal it. Find a question and answer it. Find a problem and solve it, like Rescue Us doing. On the count of 3, look at your cameras as we close. 1, 2, 3. Tell them to keep it real. 1, 2, 3. Keep it real.
No faking.
No faking.